And welcome to another episode of Expert Speak. I'm Michael DeLon, and today I'm talking with, my friend and repeat guest, Les Watson. Les, how are you today, buddy?
Fantastic. Thank you, Michael. Great to be here.
Well, it's going to be a fun conversation. So regular listeners will remember you because you're from across the pond. And I think you talked about being an Aussie bloke, I think you said last time, if I got that right. Yeah.
Yep.
I think. But last time we were talking about your book and your concept around getting more time and how you help entrepreneurs get more time, get back an hour every day, which is really cool. Today, we're going in a slightly different direction, although the two really come together. Is you get this coaching program that you told me about last time we talked, and I thought it was very intriguing. So I went to your website, and here's what he's got on his website, which I thought just resonated with me and with our audience, is helping business owners who are overloaded or struggling to grow to get more time, energy, and profits. And I read that. I'm like, well, pick me and probably everybody I talk to every week, right? So great job there. The program's Creating Success Coaching with Les Watson. So let's talk about this program. Who's it for? How'd you come up with this? Who are the people? What's the transformation that people are experiencing as they get into this? What happens?
That's a great question. Let me a little backstory on it.
Yeah.
It came out of the whole COVID thing where the face-to-face training that I was doing really slowed down. And Michael and I know, Michael, that you've got this saying, "What's in your hand?"
Yeah.
It's like, what's in your hand? Like, use what's in your hand. And I had a program that I ran decades ago, and it was really successful. That was in my hand. It's like, I could put that online. No, really? So I was able to take it and invite a whole stack of people online, and they just got huge results, and they loved the community. So then from there, I developed it into a fully fledged program rather than just 66 days. It's now a program that people can come into at any time. And the results that they're getting is really around being supported in creating their next step in their business, whatever that is. If they're a solopreneur and they're just starting out, it's like, how do I move forward? Because I don't know the steps. Mm-hmm. And yet you've got those that have been in business for quite a while looking at it going, I need a refresh. I need a touch up. I need an opportunity to really look at my systems and my processes from a strategic point. And can you do that for me, Les? So people come in at that angle as well. So the program itself is online, which is awesome because you can just dip into the 12 modules and the 97 videos at any time. And I recommend people do one video a day. It's like, wait a minute, how long does it take you, Les, to get through this program? The videos are 3 to 5 minutes long. So it's not a matter of, oh no, not another 15 minutes. No, not at all. It's really easy to get into, and you do one a day and you go, that's great. I'm going to go and implement that. And you go and implement it.
Oh, you have to implement? You have to implement? Wow, that's crazy. You actually have to do the work to get the results? Come on.
Yes. Touch me with your magic wand, Les, and make it all happen. No, it doesn't work like that.
I know implementation is the key to getting things done. It's amazing, but I love that short videos because, I mean, I've been in lots of masterminds coaching programs, and you hit a video and you're like, an hour and 20 minutes. Okay, I'll do that later. And guess what happens? And later doesn't come, right?
Yep. So the videos are one part of it. And funnily, they go hand in hand. And I'd love to say one's better than the other, but the group coaching is a major part of what we do. And that is an hour every week. And there's 2 opportunities for it. You can do 2 hours if you like. And it's in Australia on a Tuesday. It's 5:30 in the evening, which probably won't work for America. However, I do know that it's probably going to work on a Thursday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, so Eastern Australian time. So that's an hour's coaching, and people dive in. It's like we start out with wins. What wins have you got? There's a couple of things. I've got a manifesto. a manifesto of the program, and they go, well, where am I at? Well, I hang around with winners, not whiners, and those sorts of things. It really kind of refocuses them. So how are you doing out of 10? So how are you doing out of 10? And I've got people that have gone from 10s and 7s and 9s all the way through to one lady in the program. She said, oh, I fell over and I'm in hospital, I'm a 1. And she's still in the program and she's still dialed in. She said, these drugs are really helping the pain level. So people are wanting the support. So if you're listening to it and you want support, this is a great way of just going through the process and being supported in it.
Well, and that's the key. There's the support and the group connection to go, okay, here's where I am. Either what's my next step, or I'm thinking about taking this as my next step. What do you think? And getting the feedback from that community, whether it's 5 people or 50 people, what you're finding is you get your peers to jump in. And let me just blow up a perception that some people have is like, well, you guys are in Australia. What do you know about business in America? I'm in a couple masterminds, and one of them specifically has a guy from the UK who just is killing it. And he does marketing in the UK, but he also does marketing in America. He knows it. And I'm just listening to him and how he's built businesses and business. And I'm like, wow, I'm learning all kinds of stuff from that dude. So if anybody's out there thinking that you have to have somebody just in the US and that's the only place, blow that up, because there are entrepreneurs everywhere, right? I mean, I'm sure you find that, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And again, when it's in the US, you're looking at all the time zones and from the East Coast to the West Coast. So it's very interesting to go, well, it doesn't have to be around the corner. Having the opportunity to be online and on Zoom and on Teams really does bring the world into a very small place where your brother can be on the other side of the world.
That's right. And I mean, we're all looking for business expenses to travel to Australia one of these days. So now you got a coach in Australia you have to go see and meet with. So
come on,
write it off, baby. Anyway,
I've got my hand up.
There you go. There you go. But it's the, so let's talk a little bit more about you can get in at any time. So, I mean, we do coaching programs where there is a start date and end date. That's how most of the ones I've been in have functioned. Yours is a little different. Talk about how you could somebody could just pop in there, join. And how does that work?
First of all, do a strategy call. So a lot of people will go, well, tell me about it, Les. How do I start? And I go, let's do just a free consultation, a strategy call. And I might give you that, Michael, and you put it in the show notes so that people can just book that link and get a half-hour free consultation and go, is it for me? So that's number one. And then from there, once they go, yeah, this is awesome, I want to get in, they can start straight away. Not, oh, we're starting in 3 weeks' time. No. You can start straight away. As soon as you say yes, and we've done all the agreements, then all you need to do is click on the link. You end up on the platform and you can start straight away, do the first module, do the first lesson, the first module, and go from there. So it really is very simple to go. No matter what time you start, you can start at any time rather than having to wait.
That's very, very interesting. So I can jump in, be part of the group coaching dynamic, and still I would start with, I'd start with lesson 1, right? The 3-minute video in lesson 1. Is that how it would work? And I would work through it at my pace, so daily or once a week or whatever I want to do, but I'd still be on the weekly group calls and jumping in and building relationships, which is really what I have found is a lot of the value is that connection with other business owners.
Very much so. And there are times when you come onto the group coaching call, excuse me, and you're saying, I don't really want to be here. And by the end of the call, you go, I'm so glad I arrived because it's fixed some of my negativity, or it's fixed some of my downness, or whatever it might be. So often people in the group coaching call end up at the end of the call far better than what they were when they arrived. Why? Because you are not alone in business. Part of my process, part of the program is an ESI model: external action, internal focus, and support. So ESI. And that support structure, we are not supposed to do this game alone.
Right.
Yeah, but I've been told just go and do it yourself. No, use the people around, use the masterminds. It's like my connection with you, Michael, is us doing life together, and you're on the other side of the world. What?
Right.
Like, how does that even work? It's like,
Mhm.
well, God put us together for a reason.
That's right.
And guess what? We are doing life together, and we'll meet on a monthly basis and we'll do these sorts of calls, but we are supporting one another from the other side of the world. So again, you don't need to do business on your own. And there's experts. So many times people go, oh, I've got an answer for that, or I can help you with that. Last night, I had a call last night, and someone said, let me come over to your house and let me fix that for you. Perfect. Absolute wonderful
Awesome.
solution.
Yeah. Well, and you find more and more of that, and you get ideas from so many people when you're in a program like this. I'm a big fan of coaching, of mastermind groups. And what people find is if you've never been in one, you need to get in one just to experience it, because it's going to blow your mind in the group dynamic. But the way Les is laid out, once you say 97 videos, is that what it is?
Yeah. So 12 modules.
Okay.
And just really quickly, let me go through the modules for you. Sure. There's an audit of your business, and then there are systems. How are your systems? Then there's planning. Then there's marketing, sales, email and paperwork, customer service, productivity, self-care, leadership, discipline, and continuous improvement. They're the 12 modules. And then in those modules, again, it's not daunting. It's just a matter of step by step, day in, day out. Do a video every single day, and you get through the program in 3 months.
That's incredible.
And then people go, oh, 3 months, I don't want to stop. How do I do that? Then there's ongoing. Sure. So they stay in the program, and I've had people in there for over 18 months doing the program.
Yeah. That's awesome. And that system you just laid out is really cool. I was in a coaching program a couple of years ago, and the thing I loved about it is they put their system, it was online, but it was step by step. Every week they said, Michael, here are your 7 things to do this week. And I could get them done, check mark. And they said, okay, you're done. Do you want to keep going, or do you want to wait till next week? And so I got to go at my pace. I could accelerate it or not, but it was handed to me on a platter. It was video assisted, right? And that really worked for me, because I didn't have to think about what I was going to do. They said, here you go. So you're like, watch the video. Here's the curriculum. Here's your homework. Now go do it. And as soon as you're done, watch the next video. And that could be a day, could be 2 days, depends on what's going on in my life. But it sounds like your program, somebody doesn't get behind, because they can just pick it up at any time. Is that fair?
Yeah, very, very fair. Because life happens.
Life
happens while you're busy making plans, and there's no condemnation. It's like, come on, let's go. Doesn't matter. Come on, let's go. So it's really encouraging to go. Like, I had a lady on the call last night, and she showed up, and I've got it right here. She was a 1. She was a 1. She said I shouldn't. She 1 out of 10. And she said I shouldn't have come on the call. I went, no, it's the whole reason to come on the call. It's like for you and me, Michael, going to church. Oh, I don't want to go to church. That's the time that you go to church. And coaching is exactly the same. I don't want to go to the inner circle. No, that's the time you need to go and be supported and be loved on by other people who are in the whole thing together with you.
Yep, absolutely. Because as business owners, we pull back. We say, well, I don't want to do that. I don't have anything to contribute today. And my challenge is just like yours, is get in there and be real with your group members and say, I'm a 1 today. I'm not doing well. Something just happened. And just hearing from your group members going, hey, Les, it's okay. Come on. Hey, Les, I had that happen last week. Here's what I did. Hey, Les. Hey. And oh, by the way, Les, what you've got going on is awesome. They will pour into you, and you're going to go, really? Oh, because if you sit there and listen to your self-talk, you're done. You're done. So yeah, and in Les's group, in my group, in any group, show up. It's all about showing up. And you don't have to be a 10 to show up. Show up as a 1. Show up wherever you are, and let the group build into you, because your day's coming where you're building into somebody else.
And I've got an accountability partner that I set up for them. So they'll come in and they'll get a partner.
Oh, cool.
Outside of the group coaching and outside of the videos, they can touch base with their accountability partner and be accountable to somebody else to do what someone once said was a wow. And I went, oh, I'm going to use that. And a wow is within 1 week. WOW, wow, within 1 week. So you're actually committing to do something within 1 week in the group coaching. So by next week, I will have read these chapters or done the work or made the calls or created whatever. And that accountability with somebody outside of me and outside of the group really is very uplifting, because you're actually connecting with one person.
Yeah.
And you can go, well, now that we've done the business, let's talk about you, and the relationship really builds. So again, Michael, so many people find it tough in doing business because they're trying to do it on their own. And as you've said, those that are listening, don't do it on your own. Reach out. And there's lots of free stuff. Like I've got this free 30-minute strategy call that's absolutely free. So if you've never done a Zoom call with an Aussie bloke, then just click on the link and let's have a conflab. Let's just hash it out. And I can give you some of this Aussie positivity, and you can only do that and go and create some stuff, create success. However, a lot of people go, nah, I'm in, I want to do the program.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing is, in our day and age, I feel, at least in the world we operate in, the days of clicking on a link and having a conversation like that, right? It's not a sales call. And I think that's what a lot of people fear, is that they're going to get on there and they're not going to be able to get off. And if they say no to your offer, they're going to offend you. And number one, you're probably not even going to have an offer. They already know the offer. So it really is a conversation. I've had so many of those on both sides of the fence of the Zoom call, right? To say, I just want a conversation. I want to know more about your program. Help me understand that. Might not be right for me. I might not be ready, whatever. I just need information. They invest 30 minutes with me. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. I'm now in their world. They're top of mind with me. So I assume that's what your 30-minute free consultation is. It's not a sales call. Yes, he's got something to offer you, but if it's right, somebody told me years ago, Les, selling in business, it's like offering people at a party a plate of chocolate chip cookies. You walk around saying, would you like a cookie? And some people say yes and take it. And other people say, oh, no, thank you. That's all we're doing. We're talking with people and saying, can I help you? Here's what I have. I think it might be helpful, but it might not. What do you think?
Yeah. Paperback expert. You're here to help. Get
Totally.
more time. I'm here to help. Creating success coaching. I'm here to help. And there are those that want help and those that don't, and it's okay. So if you're in a position where you go, I think I need some help, let's have a discussion, because maybe it's me, maybe it's not. But unless we have the discussion, we won't know.
Right.
And there are free stuff in there that you go, I didn't even think about it that way. And the thought process around business can be a loop of negativity or a loop of failure or those sorts of things. So just getting a different perspective actually creates it very differently.
That is so important to hear. And I hope everybody heard that, because here's what happens in business. Number one, we're lonely. Number two, we look outside at all the gurus who are killing it, at least visually, right? And we start shrinking, going, well, I could never be like that. And you get into groups like this and you realize you're probably higher than some in your production in their life, but you've got a ways to go. There are others who are always above you, but we're all on level ground, because I've been in masterminds less with guys who are multimillionaires. They've built businesses, and I listen to them and they're struggling with the same things I'm struggling with.
There you go.
And they look at me and I give them some piece of counsel or whatever. And they're like, Michael, that was brilliant. Thank you so much. That helped. And I'm sitting here going, but you're like this multimillionaire guy and I'm just me. You all have something to contribute, and being in a group setting like this is just transformational. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Transformational. It's just great. I love group coaching programs. I love how you've laid things out for people. And I love your little ESI model and the 12 modules. You've made this really simple that people, and I assume this is the other thing that people say, well, I got to invest the whole thing. Is this a month by month program? Do they buy the whole thing? How do people get involved with this?
there's a number of different pathways in, and there is a 3-month program you can purchase, or you can come in for a month. I don't really mind. I want to help. So whatever that's going to enable me to help you, then let's do that. So the first step, strategy call, to give you an understanding of the sorts of things that the program has as a baseline. And really, there's stuff in there that I'll just give you. I'll just give it all to you, so you can kind of go, oh yeah, that really makes sense. I've never looked at it that way. I just wanted to go back one step, Michael, and talk about the and the word went out. See, it just went.
That's right. So I have to write things down when you get our age.
the manifesto, there you go. I was going to tell you about my manifesto for the group, and it's and I'll read it to you, because these are for everybody, and they are particularly for those in our Creating Success program. That is, we know why we are doing this. We risk so we can rise. The buck stops here. Accountability is our friend. We hang out with winners, not whiners. We bite the bullet every day. We take care of ourselves so we can take care of our businesses. We plan to be productive. We don't give up, we modify. Today's routines are tomorrow's results. We work the systems because the systems work. We grow from strength to strength. We care, we commit, we create success. Time flies and we make the most of it. And the last one is, yesterday's lessons is tomorrow's leverage. That's our manifesto.
I love that. I love that. I'm calling that can I call it the success manifesto, since it's creating success coaching?
Of course.
The success. I mean, that's great. All those little nuggets, I can see somebody printing that out, putting them on the wall and looking at it and going, yeah, that's what I do. I plan to be productive. Let's go.
And that's what the team do. All the participants actually print it out, put it on the wall. And I went to one of the participants the other day, and they had one on the right-hand side and one in front of them, so that they could go, what am I doing here? I'm off track. I need to be brought back online. And they look at the manifesto and go, that's it.
Yeah.
We create because, it's great.
Yep. I was in a group coaching call last week, and we had like 15 people in it, right? And two of the guys were like, and these are successful guys. And they're like, I'm just struggling. I don't have clarity around whatever he's doing, right? And people just stopped and said, okay, what are you trying to make happen? And he just talked for probably 5 or 7 minutes. And then 2 or 3 people chimed in, and he's like, that helpful. Okay, thanks. Then he went offline, and it helped because you've got a group of peers who are helping you. So I know that as people walk through your program, they're going to have questions. They're going to come to the group. They've got you as a great asset and resource. And so I'm just a big fan, not only of Les, but of coaching and of programs like this, where you can pop in and invest 3 months and go through these 3 to 5 minute videos. You can connect with other people. So I'm just imploring you, if you've never done, even if you have done, if you're looking for an opportunity to really grow your business, impact your mindset, connect with some other business owners, and create success in your business, reach out to Les. And Les, tell us about the website. Where should they go? All of those details that you'll know probably better than me.
Well, I'm sure you'll put in the show notes, and it's Creative Success Coaching. I'll make sure that there's a link that you can get, the Calendly link for a free strategy call of 30 minutes. Let's have a conversation. Open yourself up to being supported, so that I can pour some of all of my knowledge of 30 plus years into you in just half an hour. And then if you want to do some coaching, great. If not, then that's okay too. I don't have an expectation. I'm a giver, so I want to give to you. And as Michael knows, I'm speaking into his life, and we're giving to each other. So when it comes to his audience and you, the listener, I want to give to you. So make sure you reach out and get that. Click on the link. Get yourself half an hour with me. My email address will be there as well. It's les@creatingsuccesscoaching.com.au. Don't forget
That's
the
right.
AU, apparently
That's
on the
right.
other side of the pond.
That's right. But it's okay. It's a short swim via Zoom.
Exactly.
So, all right, Les, thanks, man, thanks for putting this all together, for resurrecting this idea that you used years ago. You've remodified it, you put people in it, and you're building community, you're creating relationships, and really at the end of the day, you're creating success for business owners in a multiplicity of ways. It's really cool. I hope our listeners will take advantage of the free 30-minute call with you. Check out his website, creatingsuccesscoaching.com.au. It's in the show notes. Check it out. He's a great man and can help you a lot. So reach out to him and see how he can help you grow your business. So thanks for Les. Thanks for being my guest today, sir.
You're welcome. It's great to be here. I'll see you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.